Good evening, otherworldlies. This is Queen Juliana, your dark mask diva. So, everybody, I did a little change in my appearance. Went from the pink fuchsia colored hair to the strawberry blonde orange mermaid look. There we go. So, every once in a while, I like to go from like a platinum blonde to kind of like a ginger look, going for like the mermaid thing going on here, like to be red. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the limerence that I was talking about before. And what I like to do, you guys, is I like to change my appearance around a lot. And I'm going to talk about the limerence, and I'm going to talk about why it's a good idea to change your appearance, and why this is like a neat little trick to do, okay? And the thing about the limerence is, the people who have the limerence with you is the fact that they are actually in love with your image. So it's a good idea to change your appearance around a lot, because sometimes that breaks the spell of the person that's in love with your image. What you can do is you can actually make them stop liking you so much, because it's not really you that they like, right? It's the image of you. You know, they like a person that has, like with me, a person that has maybe pink hair or platinum blonde hair or something like that. You can make them stop liking you so much because, now I have orange hair. You can make them stop liking me so much, because it's a different look. You can break the spell a little bit. You could kind of turn them off a little bit, and wake up their fantasizing a little bit, because it's really the image. When they have that limerence, it's really the image of you that they're infatuated with, not you. So you're making yourself look different. You're doing something to turn them off a little bit. Okay, you're changing your image up a little bit to put them off. Okay, so that's something that that you might do to kind of upset them a little bit. Okay, now one thing I would caution: don't do something to make yourself look ugly on purpose. Okay, like do something with your looks to make you like, something that you like, personally, that you like, that's something that's attractive. Okay, don't do something to make yourself look like ugly on purpose. Okay, make it be a change that you like. Get like a cool haircut, or get cool hair extensions, or do something cool. Start dressing in a cool, different way. Possibly something that that they are not going to like. Okay, something, that's the antithesis of something that they would like. Something that's just going to put a little bit of a shock that would put them off. Okay, that will help repel them a little bit. All right, start getting called by a different nickname. Okay, preferably a nickname that they wouldn't like. Okay, something that would really just make them not like you. All right, just a nickname that would intimidate them a little bit. Okay, because I'm going to let you guys know that a lot of times some people they like you to a point where they only like you to a certain degree, and if you change your appearance, they stop liking you. Like, they like you until you change your style. Like, I've had someone like me until I stopped being a tomboy and I started being more girly, and then he stopped liking me. And I had a guy like me when I had long hair, and then I cut my hair, boom, he stopped liking me. That kind of thing. And that one guy, for some reason, he wanted me to be a down home girl, and it's so obvious that I wasn't one, but but he just, he was in such deep denial and in such a fantasy world. I think, everyone else on the planet knows I wasn't one, but, and everyone had to kind of make fun of him for that. And, it's so obvious I wasn't one anyway, but, I think I had to start having more and more radical styles for him to finally figure out that I was not a down-home girl. And even though I think it was already so obvious, but anyway, I think I started having to have different color hair and just do things like that. So, it was becoming more and more obvious that I wasn't one to him and that sort of thing. So, there was, I did have one stalker that I guess he was obsessed with my platinum blonde hair, so I turned it, this orange color one time, and it really scared him and freaked him out. And so I thought, wow, I should have turned it orange before. I didn't know it would upset him so much, and had I known that it would have upset him, I would have done it a long time ago. But what's really funny is that I love having this orangey colored hair, and it turns out that Zen really likes red hair. And I love having red hair, and I didn't even know that. So now I have red hair again, and it turns out that Zen really likes it. So it's so funny because I really, I love having red hair so much. So, that just goes to show you that, that Zen is my true twin flame and soulmate, because I love having red hair so much, and he's really into it. So, and the person that I was trying to repel doesn't like the red hair. So I just thought that was kind of funny. But if you have somebody who is caught up in your image, and they're fantasizing a lot, and they're turning you into something you're not, you need to change your looks radically, like overnight, and just kind of throw them into shock and scare them a lot. Okay, there will be a lot of people who think you're cool and like the fact that you change your looks a lot. Okay, those are your true friends. Those are your friends who are like, I can't wait to see what she does next. Like, this chick's really cool. She changes her looks a lot. She keeps things fresh. She keeps things on and popping. She does a lot of really neat things with her looks, and they're going to appreciate you for being the chameleon that you are. Okay, these other people that fantasize about your image are going to get really upset that you do that. Okay, you need to keep them upset. You need to just keep changing your appearance, because what they're doing is they have an image of you in their mind, and that's what they're fantasizing about, and they're building you into something with your image, but they're building you into something that you're not. So you want to keep shocking them into reality by changing your looks and stuff like that, and just keeping them scared. Okay, so that is something that you can do if you're a creative person who knows how to change your looks up a lot. Just kind of change your style up a lot, change your hair and makeup up a lot, have different nicknames, that kind of thing. Have different friend groups. Just do things just to kind of make sure that that person who is has limerence toward you, just make sure they're very uncomfortable around you. Okay, and just don't be super nice to that person. Just kind of make fun of them a little bit. Make them uncomfortable. Don't really be their friend. Don't really be kind to them, okay? Because that might be one of the things that reasons they're fantasizing about you, is because you're being too nice to them. But make sure that you are changing your appearance a lot, because that's one of the reasons that they're fantasizing about you, is because of your looks, and they're turning you into something they're not. Okay, here's another thing that somebody might do. This is someone you're in a relationship with. Okay, they're going to compare you to somebody else. Okay, you basically just tell them, that they need to stop doing that. Stop comparing me to your mom, your sister, your ex, or whatever, and just tell them that they're sick in the head. why don't you go be with your ex, or why don't you, and they may even be comparing you unfavorably to that person, but you need to tell them to stop talking about that person, because that's really unhealthy. Okay, you need to tell them to stop talking about this other person. All right, and you need to stop, you need to let them know that you are not whoever they're talking about, and to stop comparing you to that person. Okay, and you need to just also show your individuality. Let them know that you're not that person and that everybody is different. Because this is something that I ran into when I was younger, and I was told, well, why aren't you like so-and-so? Why aren't you like so-and-so? Well, because I'm not that person. So I had a lot of pioneering to do and carving out, a lot of individuality, and I had to keep telling people I am not that person. That's why I'm not like them, because I am not them. And if you wanted some different kind of person, you need to be with somebody else. You can't expect everybody to be the same. And I'm not like anybody you're ever going to be with. Nobody else you're ever going to meet. So don't expect me to be like anybody else. Because you can't expect them in me. And if you're sorely disappointed, then I'm going to go. Okay? That's all there is to it. So if you find yourself disappointed with me, I'm just going to go. So you need to just lay it out. Okay, because you can't let people talk to you like that, and you can't let people hurt your feelings like that, and you can't let people treat you less than because you're not like someone else. And they may just be saying, oh, well, so-and-so was more emotional or less emotional, or they're just going to compare you to somebody else because they're used to somebody else. And they may not know what they're doing is wrong, but you just need to tell them it is. Okay, and some people, it's immaturity, and it's insensitivity, lack of empathy, and all that kind of stuff. And some people are just like that. All right, some people may come up and basically when you're female. All right, people seek to use you. So when they're going to come up, they're going to say things like you're a full-figured woman. They're going to come up and go, wow, I bet you like to cook. Okay, now just say like you do. Okay, now it's fun to make food and everything. Just deny it. Okay, because the reason they're saying that is because they want you to make them food. All right, so what you want to do is just deny it, even though it may be true. Maybe you're just like a total foodie, but what you want to do is deny it, because what they're trying to do is set you up to just be their personal chef. Okay, so they're just looking for somebody to use to be their personal chef, and what they're doing is they're also calling you fat. Okay, so just deny it. Just, act like you don't eat, act like you don't cook. Just look at them like they're crazy. Just go like, no. And just look at them like they're nuts. And then they're going to look around and be like, oh, and then they're going to say something rude, that you're full-figured or something like that. And just say, I think you need to go target another obese woman. And just look at them rudely. Don't say full-figured, don't say BBW. Don't say curvy, don't say voluptuous, say obese. Even if you're 5 or 10 pounds overweight. Just say the word obese, okay? Because they're gonna go and realize how rude they're being, and then just walk away. Okay, because what they're doing is they're trying to use you. So you have to just say something like that to somebody, because a real person would come up and say, you're really beautiful, would you like to go out on a date? Not, wow, you look like you like to cook. Okay, so when people come up and say stuff like that to you, they're looking to use you. All right, nobody comes up and says something like that if they're respectful. Okay, because I've talked to people, and there are some no manners having types of guys that come up and say that to big girls. Okay, so Skip all those words like BBW, voluptuous, full-figured, plus size. Just go to the word obese and just say it. Go target some other obese woman. Walk away, even if you're not obese, even if you're like 10 pounds overweight. Just say it, walk away. Okay? Because, I mean, I would say it, and I'm not even that big anymore. I would say it. Okay, so, yeah. Then just turn around and walk away. Yeah. So, you can't let people, you can't let people mess with you, but that's somebody who is judging you by your appearance. Okay? So, you have to use your appearance in your favor. And you have to catch people off guard. That's just one way to do it. You have to say something that they're not expecting you to say. Alright? Here's another thing. People would come up like, oh, you look great. What have you been doing with yourself? Oh, wow, you're glowing. Oh, and they're going to make a big deal about how good you look and what are you doing? Oh, and stuff like that. Okay, they want something out of you. So just say, oh gosh, I've been so tired lately, and it must be the weather, and they're trying to get you to volunteer to do something for them, or they want money. Like, oh, have you been working a lot and stuff like that? They're just going to ask you questions like that. They're trying to get you to volunteer your time or your money. I've just been so busy and I'm so tired all the time. Gosh, how about you? And blah, blah, blah. Okay, they're trying to get you to do something or donate money. Okay, so just say, gosh, I'm going to go home and lie down. I'm so tired and blah, 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 and stuff like that. So you need to let them know that you're not a resource. Okay? So they're just going to talk about how great you look, and they're going to flatter you, and they're going to, what are you doing with your time, and stuff like that. Okay? They're just trying to get you to do something for them or give them money. So don't be flattered. Just talk about, how worn out you are. This is not the time to brag about how great things are and all this other stuff. Just talk about how tired you are and how you can't wait to go home and all this other stuff, okay? Because they want something. Nobody's like that nice. Okay? So, it just seems like we need to be on our defense and realize that a lot of people nowadays are just predators. Alright? We need to stop thinking people have our best interest in mind, because they don't. Okay, they really don't. And you really can change the way somebody feels about you by changing one little thing about your appearance. You really can. Your style, the things you say. Make sure you're not bragging about anything, because that's just going to make someone want something from you. So, I hope that helps. And I hope you all have a beautiful evening, and I love you all. And just keep in mind that people are up to something. And I will catch you in the next content. Bye-bye.